All right, so we're excited to have our next guest here, and we're at LABO Expo. We've been having some amazing conversations. Please introduce yourself and share a little bit about what you do.
Awesome. So great to be here. Thank you for having me. My name
Absolutely.
is Jasmin Rivas, and I'm with Jaz-Yoga Health and Wellness.
Beautiful.
And my organization, my company, is a yoga and storytelling. As a person who experienced domestic violence and grew up with familial alcoholism and really struggled to find belonging
Hmm.
as first generation Puerto Rican American.
Hmm.
I really wanted to help people find their journey through healing.
Absolutely.
And I do that through yoga and storytelling. I'm also a writer. And so my organization, what I do is not just a traditional studio. I don't have a physical studio. I partner with other organizations to bring this healing and storytelling to communities, to schools, to students, to businesses, really to help people process stress, build resiliency, really create community in an accessible way because a lot of times
Mhm.
there's so many obstacles for people to find healing, and especially yoga has this stigma that it's so expensive,
Mm.
that it's really for skinny people. And I want people to understand the roots of yoga are for everybody. Everybody can benefit from a practice that really helps us bring our mind, bodies, and our spirituality together. And in the world right now, we need so much more of that.
Absolutely, I agree, and I do believe that a lot of like when you took thinking about natural health and healing and wellness has a little bit of a stigma, right? And I love that you're kind of breaking down those barriers. So tell me a little bit about how this work has sort of impacted your life and how you've been able to find this journey to help others.
Yeah, so it always starts with yourself.
Hmm.
And I really had to go inward and think about what are the things that are obstacles to me and what was blocking me from reaching my healing and reaching my success. Because if you can't be healthy and your mind is not healthy, it's really hard to have a business, to be successful
Yeah.
in any field, whether you're a leader in the community or whether you work with students or families. It starts with you. And so I really had to go inward. And I was brought together. I'm an educator and a community activist. And so I really went to this program called Breathe for Change. And it changed my life, really. Um, I learned tools and strategies that helped me understand like what was blocking me, what were the obstacles that I needed to overcome, and how could I regulate my own nervous
Right.
system and really take a hold of my mind and body so I can do things and help
Oh,
other people.
absolutely. What were some of the techniques that you've learned over the years that have really worked for you that really helped you with coping with that?
Number one sounds so simple, but breathing.
Absolutely.
Breath is life, and we take that for granted. And really thinking about different ways of breathing. A lot of times when I was stressed, I would hold my breath. And I don't
Mm.
know if like people, when you're angry or you're feeling
Hmm. Kind
kind
of
of,
tense up a
you get
little bit.
tense up
Yeah.
and just releasing that with a breath and how you're breathing makes all the difference in how your body processes the stress that you're under because disease builds in our tissues and any trauma or stress that we hang on to stays in our bodies. And that's not good for us in any way, shape, or form. And so just breathing in the right way and really being mindful of how I was feeling the emotions in my body, that changed everything.
Absolutely. Now, you're absolutely right about things that are so simple, but we sometimes forget about these basics, right? And things that our body already wants to naturally do, and we sometimes restrict even that, right? What is something that you've been able to develop over the last couple of years to really help people kind of break through sort of their own emotional sort of like trauma, right? Because we all come from different experiences. We all have things that trigger us. So, what is something that you've been able to work with people on that you're able to see has been working for a large group of people that they can implement?
So first of all, always building trust, right? And before you're having people do any type of movement, really understanding and getting to know people. So a lot of times we start by just having a discussion. How are you feeling today? Tell me 2 words to express, where you're coming from today.
Mm,
And that sort of helps people kind of like, oh, I'm not twisting myself into a
mhm,
pretzel right now.
mhm.
Because that can be intimidating, right? Where you're like,
Absolutely.
my body can't
I
do
don't know
that.
you. I don't. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And so opening up conversations and really just being in community and saying, like, hey, what brought you here today? What are some of your obstacles? What are things that stress you out? And what do you do to help you de stress? And sort of learning a little bit about the people that are coming to my group or my workshop. And then really getting into like, hey, let's just do some breathing together as a community. And then getting into the deeper level, we do some writing. Sometimes I'm a writer and a poet.
Yeah. Please share with me how your the work that you write about and how you get started with that.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to be a writer since I was in 5th grade. I had this teacher who wrote a book about. I'm from Southbridge, my
Oh,
little
okay.
wonderful
Cool.
town,
Yeah.
and my fellow
Oh,
Southbridgians
hey
over
guys.
here, and this teacher wrote a book about all of the immigrant families that came into Southbridge, and it was the first time that I saw a Puerto Rican family reflected in a story or book that I read at school, and that had a huge impact on me, and I wanted to be a writer from that moment on, just like Mr. Brown, who was my
Hmm.
teacher. And since then, that's the kind of educator I want to be. I want to open up doors for students and, really provide mirrors so that they can see themselves reflected. And the best way to do that is to talk to students about who they are, what is their story,
Hmm.
and get them to open up about. Tell us about your family or tell us about something you love to do
Hmm.
and let's write about it together. A lot of times, I talk about poetry because that's, where I come from.
Beautiful.
And we do like a community poem, Stars of the Future, which one of the organizations I partner with, all of the students wrote just 1 or 2 lines about how the program has helped empower them. And then that became this beautiful community
Oh,
poem.
wow.
Yeah.
That's so neat. Where can people find that?
So Stars of the Future, we work out of Southbridge. We're expanding to Springfield and Worcester,
Excellent.
and the students meet after school. Miguel Rivera is the president, and he'll probably come on here so he can tell you a little
Great.
bit
Yeah,
more
we got to
about
track them down. Yeah.
where to find that poem because we do post it in our space.
Okay.
And we meet after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Southbridge Community Center.
Excellent. And where can people find you guys online?
So, Jaz-Yoga Health and Wellness, I have a Facebook page, and organizations or people can look there to see what events are coming up, where I'm teaching, what organizations I partner with. I also partner with Hartwell Institute here in Worcester.
Oh, we spoke with them earlier. Oh,
Yes,
great. I love it.
yes.
Okay.
And so I do workshops with them. We did one at
Great.
LABO.
Okay.
And I'm bilingual, so I do workshops in Spanish and English.
Excellent.
Um, really just trying to get to as many people as possible and spread, all of the things that I've learned that help me
Hmm.
to help other people.
I love this. And the work that you're doing is really important. And quite frankly, it benefits everybody. It doesn't just benefit the individual. When the individual's in a better mood, treating everyone with respect and love, people around them feel that and they reciprocate that.
Yeah.
And, well-being is something that I think should be taught younger in schools. And I think that the fact that you're taking that initiative to bring it to students, to bring it to teachers, and having the community really get involved with the programs you guys have available, I think is a testament that it is working. We just have to reach more people. So thank you so much. This is a beautiful journey and a story, and I appreciate you taking the time to join us today on today's podcast. Any final words that you'd like to share?
I just want to say la sanidad es posible y el yoga es para todo el mundo.
Claro que
No
sí.
importa cómo te parezca, de dónde vienes. Las historias de nosotros son importantes. Es importante estar en comunidad y apoyar a uno a los otros.
Claro que sí. Gracias por todo. Un placer.
Gracias.